Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and if you've been wondering exactly how Marvel could be running the prices of the movies up, as in the budget, look no further because Patrick Stewart seems to have given an answer, at least when it came to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, you probably realise, and have seen, if you haven't, you're about to find out, that Disney had to re-report the actual number for the budget of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, where they were like, oh, it cost about 200 million. Nope, they added 100 million. It's over 300 million, meaning the movie pretty much lost money, didn't break even. But then you're looking at the effects and everything in that movie and you think, how the hell did it cost that? Obviously, a lot of it went to, was it reshoots? Because we know they did tons of reshoots. Partially. Patrick Stewart may have given an answer to what could have also run the price up. Because he's done an interview, it's the same interview actually, where he talked about the possibility of doing a Picard movie, where he was asked about his experience being back in the MCU as Charles Xavier, Professor X. And he basically says he didn't enjoy it, he found it frustrating and disappointing for one particular reason. The reason, this is also why this budget probably ballooned, is all the Illuminati, each member, the scene when they all get introduced and they're all together and stuff, yeah, they weren't. In fact, they all filmed their scenes completely alone. Yes, you heard that right. They were not together, they were alone. So how does that work out to be exactly? Why would that run the budget up? Well, it's not exactly like they filmed it all in the one day. I.e., they didn't exactly have all of them on different parts of a set filming that one scene. They would have had Patrick Stewart for probably the day, maybe two. You have to pay him for that. Then you'd have had Ensign Mount. You probably had him for a day, maybe two, maybe even three. You'd have had to fork out money for him. Hayley Atwell, you probably had her for 1 or 2 days. You see what I mean? So rather than them just filming a scene where they're all together, because that's what we got in the movie, they would have had to film them all separately. The other issue with that, because people will say, well, that doesn't really work because they would have been getting paid anyway, you probably have to pay a little extra to have them those extra days. Where the real situation comes in for why that would have upped the budget is the fact that then you have to digitally put them together. You're paying extra on special effects to see them all together because they were not together. Very much like if you've seen the kind of special features on Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, not a great movie by any stretch, but Tig Notaro, she didn't film one single scene with any of the cast. In fact, she wasn't even in a single scene in that movie. Her entire appearance was shot on green screen, on her own, walking with people in the green screen suits. That would have run that budget up. The exact same thing would have been here. And Patrick Stewart found having to do that and being brought back to Marvel to be stuck to do that frustrating and disappointing. He did not enjoy the experience. And he got asked, well, surely you've gotten a phone call about coming back for Deadpool 3 by Hugh Jackman. And he has said there were calls, but he's not sure what's happening. Is he gonna show up in Deadpool 3? Probably, I would say 95% yes. But did his experience on Doctor Strange taint that for him? Would he be looking at it going, do I really want to go back again with this? The difference this time though is he would actually get to be with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds and whoever else would be in a scene. The funny thing is, if they bring him into Deadpool 3 and they kill him off, just even to do it as a joke, you realise that would be the 4th time we've seen Charles Xavier die on screen. The 4th time. And what makes that even crazier is it would be the fourth time we've seen the one actor play the one role being killed off. He was killed off in X-Men 3, then he was killed off in Logan, then he was killed off in Doctor Strange. So if they kill him off in Deadpool 3, that's 4 times. And it's possibly 5 because I can't quite remember. Did the Patrick Stewart, Charles Xavier die in X-Men Days of Future Past? I can't quite remember. I think he did. He may not have. Can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. But 4 times. Imagine bringing him back just to kill him off. Especially if they bring him back to kill him off for a joke. Could be funny, but at the same time, you're like, Jesus, that's the 4th time we've seen the same guy in the same role be killed off. It'd be just nuts. But there you go. That is a possible reason they're managing to balloon these budgets on these movies. If they're going, well, we had a few restrictions and stuff, let's film them all separate, and then we'll just use visual effects and put them together. Let's run that cost up, why don't we? And he didn't quite enjoy the experience. He found it quite disappointing and frustrating, which is no surprise. But with that, I will leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.